All right, this is for my members only on Crypto Takeover. So thanks for jumping by and watching this. We just finished up 4th of July yesterday, so hopefully everyone had a good, safe, fun weekend. We are currently looking at July 5th and maybe what might be coming for us in the next couple of days on the BTC charts, maybe going on into actually this week too. So a lot of interesting things occurring, but so far we've had a pretty non-eventful past week or so in the Bitcoin charts. So we're going to see what may be up ahead. I do believe that this is gearing up for a relatively large move ahead of us. So we need to just be ready for it. And I think that we're already in that right mindset of what the direction and being bearish as of right now, but we're still just going to take a look at the charts and see what might be happening. So we're looking at our 15-minute time frame to start off with. Our 15-minute time frame kind of giving us a little bit of push to the upside here with the money flow on our Cipher B blue wave. And we can also see that our VWAP is kind of clipping down just a tad bit too, so I would expect another red dot relatively soon. Honestly, I feel that 92 or 9100 is going to be kind of hard for us to push up to, but we can see our trend line resistance right up above 9400. We've already retested this trend line several times after we broke below it, so I don't really see us coming all the way back up to 9400. I would guesstimate maybe a 9200 area or so if we do decide to travel up a little bit further. But let's go on into these midterm timeframes and maybe get an idea of what we can expect going possibly into Monday and the rest of this week moving forward. So today's Sunday, right? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. So we can see that we're getting a little trigger wave here to the upside on our 30-minute. We're starting to see a blue triangle for maybe a trend change. So it is a possibility, but I think as we start to move into some of these mid time frames, I don't really want to get caught up on some of these lower time frames right now. We've been in kind of choppy waters for the most part. We pushed all the way back up here yesterday to 9200, and then we made somewhat of a BART pattern to push us back down a little bit lower. So I do believe that that's probably what Bitcoin might be doing for the rest of the evening until it decides a clear direction, probably later this week. Let's go into the 45-minute time frame here. 45-minute, we're still currently trending above the VWAP, so it does look like the bulls are in control as of right now, but we'll see how long that lasts for. We're getting another nice little bullish divergence here on our Cipher B blue wave as well too. And that could be hearsay there say, but if we start to move back up above this this blue, the zero pivot point with our blue wave, then I would probably anticipate maybe another trigger wave to send us back down a little bit lower. Let's go on into our 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, I'll go ahead and turn off Cipher SR. I don't think we need it anymore as of right now. So I'm going to be looking for probably a push back up to the 9200 area. So if y'all haven't gotten in shorts yet, y'all could probably start to ladder shorts up in that area as of right now. I think most of our members are still in their shorts from the past couple of weeks, and we've really just been trending sideways here. So I mean, you could high leverage trade this, but honestly, that's not my go-to type of trading. I like to look for the big $1,000 swing trades, and that's kind of what we're anticipating right now. So let's say this was to break bullish, which it could be a possibility. Then having your stop at about 9300 in profit. Currently I am looking at about I would probably anticipate if we do not push back up above 9200, then I would think that we'll probably drop a little bit lower, and then I would be more enticed to put my stop loss in profit. Right now I have my stop loss at about 9400 area, so take it for what it is. But I think that if we start to dip down below the 9K area, then I'll definitely start to consider putting my stop in profit. Right now, my current targets are probably about 95 to 9200 area, and so that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. Let's go to our 90-minute time frame. 90-minute time frame, we're getting a nice little green candle here to the upside. But we can still see that our EMAs have been giving us a bearish cross as of right now and pushing us still a little bit lower. So I'm anticipating 9,500 to the downside, maybe 8,500 or 8,200 to the downside. So that's kind of what we're going to keep an eye out for moving forward for this week, and if possibly a bearish break is to occur. Looking at our 2-hour time frame, still giving us red money flow. These bullish divergences, I mean, they could play out to possibly push us back up to that 9,200 area, but I'm not going to say that we're going to be relatively bullish as of right now, just based on what I'm seeing on some of these higher time frames. And so we'll go into our 4-hour time frame now. I'm going to turn off actually our whales buy and sell indicators so we can get a more clear idea of what might be happening here. Whales buy and sell indicators still in a bearish count here. Or sorry, the 4-hour, we're still in a bearish count here as of right now. Having a little Darth Maul wick action up into the downside too as well. Looks like we dipped all the way back down to 8,900. So definitely a high volatility range as of right now. And we're going to just have to wait for that even bigger move that's going to occur probably up until this next week or going into next weekend. I would estimate that it could be a relatively boring time right now in Bitcoin until it decides a clear direction. So let's go into the 6-hour time frame. 6-hour time frame also giving us staying underneath our 13 EMA here is definitely a good indication that the bears do have a little bit more control on these higher time frames as of right now. Getting an aggressive 13 to the downside here too as well. We had this nice little pump as of on Saturday. We had our aggressive 13 to the upside there too as well, and then we pushed up a little bit higher, but looks like that was pretty short-lived. Now we're seeing another aggressive 13, possibly a push to the upside, but I'm still, Cipher B is telling us, hey, just be ready, be weary. I know there's a lot of people that have been calling for at least 9,300 to 9,500 retest. I honestly don't see us retesting that area. I think we're probably more than likely just going to continue to sell off from here. And so I get that idea based on our higher time frames, and we're going to go back to retest some of these higher time frame signals that we're kind of getting and just back test them to see exactly what those signals might be telling us too. So looking at our 8-hour time frame here, we're having a red dot here also occur for us. So still moving to the downside here on the 8-hour as well. And still trending underneath our 13 EMA there too. So let's go on into our 12-hour. We had our blood diamond back here on our 12-hour a couple of days ago, last week, and still we are getting that bearish cross, holding resistance underneath that 13 EMA there too as well. And then also we can see our Cipher B is also giving us a little bit of a sell-off pattern here, with the red dot sending us down a little bit lower. Like I said, I'm looking for these big green dots down here on the 6-hour, 8-hour, and 12-hour. And still not as of yet, we haven't gotten those big green dots down there on Cipher B. So we'll anticipate probably some of those to start to occur once we get the bigger sell-off, that action that might be happening, probably going on into this next week or weekend. Going on into the 21-hour, we did have our blood diamond also appear here this past week as well. And then we're also starting to see that red dot signal a little bit of a Christmas tree pattern here. And now we're going to continue probably further back to the downside here. We do have that bearish cross there on the 21 EMAs as well too. Going on into our daily time frames. We'll start to give this a little bit of a count right now. Still seeing a bearish count here. We had another 13 to the downside here as well. We're starting to see a little bit of a Christmas tree pattern. So it does look like we are getting another red dot to probably send us back down a little bit lower. We've been seeing Christmas tree patterns throughout this whole topside area here. So Bitcoin just being really indecisive, markets being really indecisive right now. But we are starting to see these bearish crosses happen. And this is one time frame that I've been really keeping a close eye on, is our daily. Just waiting for these two EMAs to give us a squeeze in one direction or the other. I would imagine that it will probably be a relatively big squeeze. As you can see here, when we had our bullish cross, we had a nice little squeeze pattern, pushed us to the upside here, and we did get a nice little percentage gain in on there too. And then we had our bearish cross here, and I think we were already in shorts back up above here. This is where I was relatively I was pretty still new to the channel on YouTube, but we did call this short up here. We got in it and we rode this all the way down. So obviously our take profit got hit way before, I think I got my take profit hit at about the 7K area, if anything, but we continued to dump. So this time, I'm looking for 85 to 8,200 to hold. But honestly, if something big is to happen here in the next couple of days, going on into the rest of July, then I would definitely anticipate that maybe it could be a bigger sell-off than we're expecting to as well. But for right now, I'm looking at least at about 85, 8,200 for the take profit area. And if that squeeze happens here on our daily to the downside, then yeah, those are going to be some of the key areas that I'm looking for. So just a heads up on that too as well. Let's go on into our 2-day time frame. 2-day time frame still giving us a bearish count here. We're actually going to turn on our buy and sell signals with the Wells buy and sell indicator as well. We can see here that our VWAP starting to clip a little bit further to the downside. I was maybe anticipating a green dot here, but it looks like we're still going to just continue to the downside. The 100 EMA is sitting at about 8,500 on the 2-day. So that's something that of a key price target that we need to keep an eye out for as well too. And then on our daily, I did kind of want to see where our 100, the 200 EMA, or the 200 daily moving average is on our, and we'll turn on Cipher A, and we can program that to our 200 daily moving average is about 8,300. So somewhere in between there, 82 to 85, somewhere right in there, maybe 8,300. I would definitely probably consider us to find somewhat of support here. Last time we had a nice little drop, we did find the 200 daily moving average as support and had a nice bounce, and then we continued to sell off. So as you can see here, we rode the 200 EMA, or the 200 daily EMA all the way up as well, and then we continue to sell off there. So we'll probably more than likely get a bounce, but if we don't, then we can definitely start to move down below that a little bit lower. So we'll turn off, let's see, we're going to turn off our 200 daily. So let's turn that off for right now. Cool. So let's move on into our 3-day time frame. We already took a look at our 2-day. We saw the 8,500 area. So let's go on into our 3-day time frame. 3-day time frame, 100 EMA sitting at about 8,400. So definitely some key areas there. Money flow is also moving down finally on our 3-day as well too, starting to see that curvature on our green money flow as of right now. So still trending below our 100 EMA. We are getting an imperfect 9 push here on our TI sequential, but market Cipher on our Cipher B is telling us that we are nowhere near ready to start moving back to the upside just yet. So I'm going to take market Cipher and give it for what it is. Market Cipher is telling us that we still got a little bit lower to go here on our blue wave, and that's what's gonna be precedence for us over the TI sequential, right? Going on into our 4-day time frame, starting to see this bearish count play out. We're having a 6 here, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 could send us all the way down to this 8,200 area. If the count continues out to play like that, our VWAP is kind of curving up to the top side here, but our blue momentum wave is telling us that, hey, we still got some room to the downside. And our 4-day is also kind of trickling off. It's kind of rounding here, but I think that it'll probably just give us a little trigger wave to send us back down a little bit lower as well too. So looking somewhat bearish. We'll probably end up closing below this 13 EMA relatively soon too as well. It's going into our 5-day. 5-day, trying to find support at that 13 EMA, aggressive 13 to the downside here that we've called last week as well too. Blue waves are also heading down for us for the most part right now, and so we can definitely anticipate a little bit more bearish momentum. Money flows also moving out into that downside too. Well, we're gonna have to really be careful here, because even if we hold the 200 daily moving average was right at about 8,300, if we don't hold that, then we could be expecting price targets at about the 7K area. And I'll give y'all a reason why 7K is another reason why I'm looking at 7K and keeping a close eye on it too as well. But let's go back into our 6-day time frame, which we're starting to have these sell signals, and the sell signal on our 6-day has confirmed as of right now. So we are seeing the sell signal pop off for us right now. It has confirmed. We got our first red Heikinashi candle here too as well. Currently trying to maybe push below that 13 EMA. Blue waves also sending us to the downside. Money flow is also moving in that same direction. I think we have a clear direction here, folks. We're waiting for our weekly to confirm, but our 6-day has confirmed already. When this weekly confirms, it'll confirm in the next 45 minutes. So you can keep a close eye on that. Most of y'all should already know how I set up the whales buy and sell signals. I have videos on the Patreon page on how I set that up. So I think all you have to do is search for the potato indicator or whales buy and sell indicator as well too. I'm working on a course right now, and I plan on just moving all those things over to the course a little bit later on. And I'm definitely going to give the Patreon members a discount for that too. So I'll drop a discount code inside of the Patreon membership page that y'all can use whenever that course is released. But I'm working on a lot of that for July. So that's why I'm only putting out private videos as of right now. I'll maybe do 2 or 3 videos a week throughout the week to keep the public members up to date with what's going on for Crypto Takeover. But we're looking at this weekly time frame. And one thing that I really want to point out here is that, the fact that we're having this sell signal, if we start to move back above it, we don't really see that. We don't see the next candle to be very bullish at all. For the most part, the next candle was always another red candle that even closed below the previous candle before. So can see here that it never closed above it. So right now, if we get this candle to close as of right now, I would say that the top of this candle close is at about 9,300. I don't see us pushing back up above 9,300 when we get this next candle to open for us on the weekly time frame. So just a heads up on that. I think 9,300 is going to be very strong resistance for us. But if you're not in a short, then maybe shorting or laddering shorts all the way up to the 9,200 area would be a reasonable thing to do as of right now. Even in some of these bull markets, we were still peaking here. We didn't have much of a sell-off, but the past couple of sells before that peak all the way up to 10K, which our money flow is super heavily into the green here. You can see right now that we're not anywhere in the green on this green money flow as we were back there on that top out at the 20K area. But even during our bull market, we had a substantial amount of retracement here after this sell signal had confirmed. So we're just going to go back and look that there was definitely a substantial amount of retracement on most of these indicators when the sell signals were going off. And the sell signal will only go back so far in the charts because of the data that is at hand here. And that's one of the main reasons why I use the Bitstamp chart. There is a lot of data on there to actually use some of these signals that require more data than some of the other charts have as well. So whatever chart you're using, obviously the Bitstamp chart has a lot more data on it. It goes all the way back to I think like 2013, maybe 2014, somewhere right around there. So we can definitely notice that and use it to some of the indicators that we are using on the channel. So I did want to talk about why 7,100 might be a relative price target for us as well. We're going to go back to our daily time frame here, and I want to pull up an indicator that most of y'all maybe have not heard of yet. It's called the Trollo indicator. So I believe that it is somewhere down here. We're going to find it. The Trollo line indicator, which basically is just an average it's an average moving line for ever since BTC had started. You can only use this Trollo line on the Bitstamp chart because of the data that it has. So it needs to obviously go back all the way to where Bitcoin started at originally. And then we're just going to see an average moving stair-step pattern up here. But the stair-step pattern right now is only at 7,100. So this could basically be like an average cost of what Bitcoin is actually worth. And the fact that it's saying 7,100 could be another move for some of these whales to say, hey, Bitcoin's only worth $7,100. Why are we holding it? And I think now's a good time to sell. And so we could see a big push back down here to that 7,100 area. And let's just get an average of 30%. We know that 30% was most of our correction back in if we back tested the sell signal on our weekly, 30% retracement is what most of those sell signals were giving us. So even 7,100 is not, 7,100 is about 22% to the downside. If we were to take that sell signal on the weekly and retrace it 30%, that would give us 6,400. So I'm not saying 6,400, but I'm definitely saying if we break below 8,200, then we could definitely look for a 7,100 low to be put in. So definitely just be ready for that. Hash ribbons never gave us a buy signal at all. So I had the Discord chat and the Discord alerts set up clearly only for this buy signal to signal for us, but we never got that buy signal. So I'm still relatively hesitant on saying that the hash ribbons are bullish because we never got that buy signal at all. So I'm thinking that these hash ribbons will further capitulate probably to the downside. If we get another bearish cross, I'll let y'all know. And we could see another capitulation gray signal for us later on. So definitely be ready for that if that is to occur. Y'all have access to the hash ribbons. That is a free indicator as well, and so is the Trollo line indicator for y'all too. So I just wanted to leave y'all with this. It looks like we're waiting for this weekly close on, which is only about 30 minutes away on the weekly time frame for Bitstamp. So definitely keep an eye on that. I'll let y'all know if it signals. I'm going to be getting some stuff done today too. So once that signals off, then I will let you know. And without further ado, that is about it for today. Thanks everyone for being here. As of right now, I got a lot of things planned for July, but I want to keep y'all up to date on this. So definitely, if you're not in a short just yet, ladder maybe up to 9,200. I don't really see us getting back up above 9,300. But I'm anticipating a pretty big drop here, and I'm looking for a price target at about 85 to 8,200. So make sure that you go ahead and start to set your take profit. And if we start to dip below, I would say at least 8,800, 8,900, go ahead and move that stop loss into profit and lock in those profits before you decide to move on without your day. So with that being said, everyone, CTO signing out. I'll see you on the next one. Chat me in Discord. I'll keep up to date with y'all on there. Peace.